Ground for a new bike park, and a nonprofit in Grove partners with the health department for a health education event. KOAM News at 10 is next. Now at 10, city leaders and community members break ground on a new Joplin bike park. Plus, a Joplin museum celebrates a native son, and Cherokee County commissioners discuss the procedures for getting and giving a raise.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Joplin community members and city leaders roll over to Dover Park for the groundbreaking of a new outdoor recreation area. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. The project, known as DORA for Dover Outdoor Recreation Area, was funded by the city's Parks and Stormwater Sales Tax, a state tourism grant, and hotel tax revenue. DORA will feature a bicycle single track, BMX pump track, children's playground, and skills features. The recreation area is already a big hit with one rider.
I'm really excited for this. I've been waiting a long time for this. Before we would have to drive 30 minutes to Neosho or an hour to Bentonville, and I'm really glad we're finally getting a bike park here.
Construction begins soon with an expected opening in late 2025 or early 2026. People can come by the Joplin History and Mineral Museum to learn more about Langston Hughes through a new exhibit. Hughes, born in Joplin, was an African-American poet who discussed themes like inequality, and he was a leader of the Harlem Renaissance. The exhibit is called Harlem Renaissance and the Renaissance Man, and it highlights collaborations between Hughes and Gordon Parks, an influential photographer, filmmaker, and writer. The display chronicles the friendship and history of the two and their contributions to art.
They're all of our ancestors together, and we have great insight into these two great men who really kind of pushed the art world.
Visitors can see that exhibit through April 30th. In a meeting today, the Cherokee County Commission discussed whether elected officials in the county could give themselves a raise. This comes after the Cherokee County Clerk gave herself a raise of more than $14,000. At a meeting earlier this month, commissioners say they were caught off guard by an unexpected raise given to Cherokee County Clerk Rebecca Brassert. We spoke with Brassert, who says she thought she was going through the correct process because it was how other county positions have gotten raises in the past. Commissioners say officials have given themselves small raises that the commission has approved via payroll, but never a raise this large. Commissioners asked the county councilor to look into whether elected officials could give themselves a raise without approval. The councilor says the county handbook indicates it's the role of the commission to approve salaries, including raises. We're going to have more on that in the future. Meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney joins us now with our first look at the weather.
Well, temperatures dropping down into the lower 50s now, looking really great outside. We do have a few clouds kind of pushing through. Those are going to continue overnight and into early Tuesday morning. Now, on Tuesday, we have this nice little high pressure system. We call that a ridge setting up over just to the west of us, and that's going to be moving in our area, giving us another warm day. Temperatures reaching 70 degrees, mostly sunny skies, and that's going to continue at least for most of the week. We do have a couple of rain chances kind of scattered in there. So clouds increase as we head into Tuesday night, and then we're going to start to see some rain chances kind of popping up early Wednesday morning until about mid-morning. Not going to be a big disruption to your day, just some light sprinkles along a cold front that's passing, but I'm going to have all those details coming up.
See you soon. 3 people are dead after a crash involving a car driving the wrong way on Interstate 49. Happened last night in McDonald County, Missouri, near Pineville. Authorities say an SUV was southbound in the northbound lane when it collided head-on with a car. The crash killed all 3 people who were in the 2 vehicles. A 63-year-old woman from Bella Vista, Arkansas drove that SUV. A 43-year-old man and a 33-year-old woman, both from Kansas City, Kansas, were in the car. All 3 died at the scene. Serious crash this morning on Missouri 171 in Jasper County. A passenger car rear-ended a tractor trailer that was traveling at normal highway speeds around 65 to 70 miles per hour. The car was moving at a higher speed, obviously before the crash. The female driver of the car was airlifted to Springfield with critical injuries, while a male passenger sustained moderate injuries and was taken to a local hospital. The tractor trailer was hauling fertilizer and its driver was not injured. The crash is still under investigation. Traffic remains slow in that area for a time. Fire crews are investigating an explosion that happened at a hotel in Branson, Missouri today. Fire officials believe a natural gas leak may have caused that blast. No guests were inside their rooms at the time, but one employee suffered minor injuries. A Kansas game warden takes a suspect into custody after a multi-county pursuit with air support. Happened yesterday, starting in Neosho County, Kansas, crossed into Crawford County. Started as a vehicle chase, then a crash into a creek, a foot chase, a UTV chase, back to a foot pursuit, ending east of Pittsburgh near 30th and 570th Avenue. Troopers put up air support, and along with the Crawford County Sheriff's Office and Kansas Wildlife and Parks game wardens, they set up a perimeter. Troopers were able to find the 29-year-old suspect from Fort Scott, and a game warden took him into custody. EMS took that man to a local hospital for possible injuries suffered during the crash. Online court documents do not list any active charges at this time. A suspect wanted in connection with a shooting investigation is now behind bars. The Jasper County Prosecuting Attorney's Office issued a warrant for Andrew M. Reed of Joplin for multiple charges, including unlawful use of a weapon, unlawful possession of a firearm, and first-degree property damage. Authorities booked Reed into the Joplin jail this evening. The investigation stems from an incident on February 15th, shortly after 2 a.m., when Joplin police received reports of shots fired in the area of 5th and Joplin. Officers found no suspects or victims, but at least 2 vehicles and 2 buildings have been damaged by gunfire. A police chase in Galena, Kansas ends in a crash. Galena police responded to a call last night after a resident reported a suspect trying to break into their home. Officers located the suspect's vehicle near 7th and Short Street and attempted a traffic stop, but the driver fled, leading police on a pursuit. That chase ended when the suspect crashed into a field near 90th and Plum Road. The suspect then ran from the scene but was quickly arrested. They were taken to a hospital for medical clearance. Galena police say the suspect will face multiple charges, including felony stealing and fleeing from law enforcement. The bad news is the Show Me State is experiencing an invasion of sorts, but the Missouri Department of Conservation says there's some good news when it comes to fighting it. That story is coming up, but first.
A local nonprofit hosting an event to help those in need. I'm Lonnie Walton at Abundant Hope in Grove, Oklahoma. I'll have that story coming up.
Abundant Hope, a local faith-based organization in Grove, Oklahoma, is partnering with the health department. The organization is on a mission to help empower and educate families as they move towards self-sufficiency. KOAM's Lonnie Walton has that story.
I'm a foster parent. I've had over a handful of children in my home.
Kelly McCurkle is the executive director of Abundant Hope in Grove, Oklahoma, a nonprofit organization aimed at helping people in 3 key areas.
It's families in crisis, pregnancy, and foster care.
McCurkle says the health department comes twice a month to help a community she says is suffering from homelessness.
We see between 20 and 30 families a month with the health department. And so she can help get them on Sooner Care, WIC, SNAP, help them get car seats. She can write some kind of form to help them get into housing.
The organization also helps mothers during pregnancy. Kelsey Galt, the organization's ultrasound sonographer, says it's just like being at the doctor.
I do have a license in diagnostic medical sonography, so I do have a degree in that. And this is the same ultrasound machine, similar concept, scan on the stomach.
Merkel says this store is utilized as a free store for mothers and children who are in need.
To go shopping in the back. In the back of our facility, we have kind of like a mini Walmart, I call. We have everything for children.
Both Gott and McCurkle says the services are for those who need it. And most importantly, it's free.
We become that short-term stepping stone for them. So now they don't even utilize our facility anymore. And they are growing and are self-sufficient on their own.
Reporting in Grove, Oklahoma, I'm Lonnie Walton, KOAM News.
McCorkle says local churches help fund that organization. Also, anyone who wants to can donate directly to them. Missouri farmers, producers, market managers, and operators made their way to the Neosho Newton County Library today. The library hosted this year's Missouri Farmers Market Conference. The annual event provides a way for markets from all across the state to come together to discuss ideas, tips, and tricks. Some of the topics this year were issues with parking, pricing, and whether to allow a lot of bakers or coffee shops in the markets.
I feel I will know it's a success is what's happening already. People are getting their questions answered. How can I find these type of producers? How do I bring in more foot traffic? How can I reach out to Neosho and Joplin, for that matter, do a wonderful job of engaging with their communities from their market, and yet we all can do better.
The theme for this year's conference was Cultivating Community. This Saturday marks the start of trout season, fishing season in Missouri, and just in time for an annual hunting and fishing permit to expire. The annual 2024 permits expire at the end of February, which is Friday. Those include small game fishing and combination hunting and fishing licenses. You can buy 2025 permits from any of the Missouri Department of Conservation vendors around the state online or on MDC's mobile app.
Missouri Game and Fish Commission, which was the predecessor of the Missouri Department of Conservation that oversaw game hunting and fishing rules in Missouri, and they actually had a fishing season that started March 1st. So for them, things kicked into March 1st, and that tradition of hunting, fishing, the permits that allow that kicking in March 1st kind of went with that.
Hunting or fishing without a valid license can lead to fines or potentially even jail time. Invasive species are taking over Missouri's landscape, and experts say the impacts could be devastating. This is Invasive Species Week, raising awareness about non-native plants and animals that threaten local habitats. The Missouri Department of Conservation is educating the public on how to spot and help control invasive species.
When you have a native species that comes on board, a lot of times it hurts that biodiversity. It cuts out some of the food source. It cuts out maybe some of the animals. It nudges out some of the animals that are needed in this food chain. So it hurts the native species. From the human standpoint, they can also cause economic problems.
For information on how you can get involved, visit the department's online field guide. A little later, the Lions and Gorillas go for the sweep on the baseball diamond today. John Dales has highlights coming up in sports.
And we have a much warmer week this week, plus some rain chances. I'll have those details coming right up. Well, what a great start to the week we've had today. We can go ahead and take a look outside Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. We've got some clouds moving over the area tonight. Temperatures dropping down into the 30s, but overall it has been a great day. Temperatures got up to the upper 60s, so we're about 10 degrees above average. Normally we're sitting around in the 50s, so we're going to be pretty warm and above average most of the week, and it's definitely giving us a nice taste of spring without the severe weather threat this week. Now, we've got clouds pushing through. We're starting our morning off a few clouds, but it does clear out rather quickly, and then temperatures warm up through the 40s and into the 50s by 11 a.m., getting to just about 60 degrees. So overall, again, really great week. Now, tomorrow, mostly sunny skies, though in the northern counties are seeing a few clouds already pushing in by 3:30. Temperatures reaching about 70 degrees to upper 60s, low 70s across the area. Now, more clouds start to push in after around 8 p.m., and then we're going to start to see that front kind of make an appearance in our northwestern counties. Yates Center, Wichita, you can see that wind shift line coming through around 5 a.m. on Wednesday. It starts to push into the area. By about 8:30 in the morning, Yates Center, Fort Scott area, all getting just some few light showers, not expecting a lot of accumulation. Now along that boundary, a few more showers continue to push further southeast. Joplin area, Miami, Monette getting hit around 1 p.m. And again, just some light sprinkles, not really expecting a lot of accumulation with this. And then it all clears out by about 7 p.m. on Wednesday. We're going to see most of those clouds already clearing out as well. So looking pretty good for Wednesday evening and then overnight. Now heading into Thursday morning, temperatures are dropping down into the upper 30s, low 40s. We've got winds out of the north, but sunny skies all day long on Thursday and Friday. Now we do have a couple more wind shift lines. Another one's coming in on Saturday. So we've got 2 days where we're going to have winds shifting, and ahead of that front, we've got winds picking up 25 to 30 miles per hour. This is Tuesday evening ahead of that Wednesday morning front. So you can see winds out of the south gusting again up to 30 miles per hour. Then after that front passes, by midday on Wednesday, winds shift out of the north, gusting again 20 to 25 miles per hour. That sticks around through Thursday morning, and then we're going to start to see winds shifting back out of the southwest. This is ahead of our Saturday morning front. So this is going to be Friday morning. Winds shifting out of the southwest, gusting up to 45 miles per hour across most of the area. This is starting about 7:30, 8 a.m. So it's going to continue through most of the morning, dying down a little bit towards the afternoon. By about 4 p.m., that wind shift line is already starting to push in. Now this Friday evening and into Saturday is a dry front, not expecting any rain with that, but we are seeing that wind shift line pushing through late Friday afternoon, and then as winds shift out of the north on Saturday morning, we're going to see those winds picking up again, 20, 25 mile per hour wind gusts. So especially Friday, the windiest day we're going to see, but overall temperatures are going to be in the 60s to 70s throughout the week. We got a little bit of those morning showers on Wednesday, though most of us are just going to deal with partly cloudy skies, and then not expecting more rain until late Sunday night and into Monday. That could be, you might see some thunderstorms with that, but overall, I mean, we're seeing just a really beautiful week and weekend until next week. And severe weather threat, we're kind of getting it a little bit Tuesday, but overall, it's the spring without the severe weather right now.
Exactly. You have the mild temps, you have the rain, you have the wind, you have thunderstorms. Sounds like spring.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Lindsay. Still ahead, Fort Scott girls basketball hosts Labette County in a top 10 matchup. And Pitt State baseball tries to finish off a sweep of Emporia State. John Dales has those stories and more up next in sports.
Pittsburgh State and Missouri Southern baseball both swept doubleheaders yesterday while facing MIAA competition for the first time this season. And this afternoon, the Gorillas and the Lions each try to finish off a series sweep. Third and final game of the series between Pittsburgh State and Emporia State. Gorillas in some trouble early. They're already trailing 4-0 in the top of the third, and bases are loaded. That's former Frontenac Raider Logan Myers, who gets all of that pitch. It's gone for a grand slam, and the Hornets open up an 8-0 lead. Plenty of game left, though. Bottom of the inning, runner on, and Ricky Sanchez pokes one the other way. That falls in for a base hit. Now 2 men on base, and the next batter is Dagan Brewer. He crushes this one deep to right field, and that keeps on carrying over the fence. Gone for a 3-run homer. Gorillas claw a bit closer. Same inning, bottom of the third still, and Josh Holmes singles into right field. That's going to bring in 2 more runs. It's now 8-5, but Emporia State would score 3 more runs in the 6th inning, 2 of them off this swing of the bat from Dominic Felix. Gorillas pick up their first loss of the 2025 baseball season. Final score 11-7. Meanwhile, 13th ranked Missouri Southern baseball crushes Northwest Missouri 16-3 in Joplin today. Will Doherty with 2 home runs. He racks up 5 RBI. Lions have won 4 in a row. They go to Topeka to take on Washburn this Friday. Moving over to college softball, Pittsburgh State is coming off a Sunday where it won both games of a doubleheader thanks to Gorillas starting pitchers Ava Laurent and Aiden Brown throwing no-hitters in consecutive games. Pittsburgh State goes 3-0 at that Washburn tournament in Topeka. Gorillas take care of Concordia St. Paul 6-2 today. PSU has won 3 in a row and improves its record to 9-3. They're off until the Top Gun invite in Shawnee this Friday. Switching gears to Kansas high school basketball, the Fort Scott girls win a top 10 battle, 51-40 over Labette County tonight. The Lady Tigers have swept the season series against the Lady Grizzlies, and they improved their record to 15-3. Labette County, meanwhile, has the exact same record, and 2 of its 3 losses have come to Fort Scott. Over in Missouri, it's senior night in Webb City, and the Cardinals boys are taking on Neosho. Right off the bat, Webb starts swinging. Eli Pace with nobody near him. He knocks down the easy three-pointer, and Webb City up by 10 early. Here's a big play. 5 seconds left in the first. Trey Turner sends it in from deep. Drops in the three ball at the buzzer. Webb City up big after one. Second quarter, here's your highlight of the night. Turner with the alley. Holton Keith with the oop. Cardinals up by 15. The dome is rocking. Things really don't change in the third quarter. Neosho in need of a spark, but there's Keith ripping it away, using his left hand to finish the reverse layup in transition. Keith would finish with 20 points. Webb City rolls in this one. Cardinals take care of Neosho 71-53. They wrap up their regular season Friday, home against Joplin. The Webb City girls also winners tonight on senior night, but I want to mention Neosho's Becklyn Garrett in that game. Big milestone for her. She scores her 1,000th career varsity point.
Well, congratulations to her. We'll be right back. Hey, if you're looking for events in the 4 states and you don't know where to turn, well, we've got you covered. Just scan this QR code, go straight to the events page of our website. Find fun family events in the area anywhere, anytime. It's going to be especially important as we move into spring and summer. KOAMnewsnow.com/events. Feeling like spring out there.
Oh, we are getting close to it. Temperatures reaching 70, 71 degrees tomorrow, mostly sunny. We have a few morning showers, sprinkles, if you will, on Wednesday, but overall, Wednesday's going to be a nice day too. And then we're warming right back up for the weekend. A little bit of a windier day on Friday, but I mean, overall, this week is looking beautiful.
Yeah, 180 degrees from what we were experiencing a week ago. Final sports note.
Nice weather for some softball, and Missouri Southern softball has its home opener tomorrow afternoon against Drury. It's a doubleheader.
Yeah, that'll be a good day to get out there. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget the morning show starts at 5 a.m. and let's make it a great tomorrow.